Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Lisa D Show, live show, podcast, streaming extravaganza. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm gonna let the room fill up. Hi Dawn. Hello Denise, super glad you're here. Upright Media, new fan, love it. Liz, connection's going strong. Tiago, see you're in the house. Hey Vanessa, saddle up. It's gonna be a wild ride. So essentially today, hey Maggie from Minnesota, we're going to have a very interesting conversation. To touch, oh, that was really big lightning. Scary. Hey Jill Birschbach, glad you signed in. Yeah, hopefully the storm is going that way. Hopefully the storm won't affect the connectivity. Hopefully you're all doing great. We're day number, I don't know what, and that's fine. That's still another day. And Wolf, I miss you and I love you. We're all here and we're in this together. And for a heartbeat, I thought I should change. I should change for Ken. And then I thought of that song that I think that Billy Joel sings that's like, don't go changing to try and please me. But then I was like, hey, wait a minute. My good friend Ken Krimstein, who I'm going to talk to today, lived in New York for many years. And his family moved here to Evanston the same time that I did. So I thought maybe the Brooklyn tea might make him feel a little bit at home. I also didn't feel like getting dressed, so there was that. I didn't want to change because I was like, why am I going to change? Why am I going to put on lipstick? I'll put on lipstick for Emma, and that's it. All right. Super Slav, I'm glad you're on board, and congratulations. I heard you just sold a piece of art. People are still buying art. They're spreading art, not Roma. That's funny. All right, so we're still sitting in front of our beautiful truck drawing by Dave Ford. We're going to sit in front of that all week, and it's going to be great. We are going to jump into a conversation with Ken Krimstein in just a minute, but I did want to talk about what's happening the rest of the week because, as you know, we're trying to keep us all at a level of sanity and happiness and hope, and we're going to fill every day from 6 to 6:30 with an Evanston creative who is worth your time and your energy and your engagement and your excitement. Yesterday we talked to a fantastic young lady named Emma who's grounded from fashion school, not because she misbehaved, but because there's a pandemic and campus is closed. So how do you stay creative? For all of you who missed that show yesterday, and it was phenomenal, I have to say, I was so inspired by the time the conversation was over. We're putting all of these interviews on the Evanston Made IGTV channel. So if you go to the Evanston Made Instagram account, there's a little IGTV icon that's in the middle. Go to that. You'll be able to watch the interview with Emma. Incredibly inspiring. Today we're talking to Ken Krimstein. You know that. Hello, Sherry, in Evanston. Tomorrow we're going to talk to Denise Barretto, who's on the feed right now, nice and early and on time. She gets on there right before all the Beto stands get on there, which is pretty fun. And we're going to talk to Denise. In fact, Denise, I sent you a DM. There was a really interesting interview about sort of the intersectional relationship between storytelling and representation and who is in front of the cameras. And right now we are seeing a dismantling of the hierarchy and a lot of jumping right into sort of the democratization of media, I want to say. So we're going to talk about all that tomorrow with Denise Barretto. She is the only guest who is a repeat guest because she is that good. Don't tell the others. And then on Thursday, we're going to talk to Fran Joy, who's a fantastic Evanston-made artist and who's really inspirational and interesting. But she also is a bit of a star reader and a planetary reader and has a lot of interesting perspective on what the hell is happening. Then we're going to have a song with Nora O'Connor because she's amazing. And Friday, we're going to jump back into an art studio. We're going to be in Sheila Aurora's studio, and we're going to see how she has pivoted and modified basically her art practice during this time. And that's really what we want to do. We want to connect with a lot of people who are modifying their art practices. Our conversation with Ken Krimstein today, which is going to be amazing. He's going to join us right now.
Is that working?
Hi, Ken. I'm really glad you're here.
Me too. I thought there was some button that I wasn't pushing, which is true. Yes. That's
You know,
COVID. It's the COVID.
Yeah, I know.
We mustn't joke about it. Too soon. Way too soon.
Back up, Ken. Back way up.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Ken. Okay,
yes,
so don't move, because that's a great shot. And I want people to see all the activity behind you, and I want them to see your beard. Are you in your studio?
It's my world. It's my bunker.
Is it? It's subterranean. It's down below.
It's sort of semi-subterranean. It has like windows that let light in, but it's subterranean, half subterranean. This is
and
it.
It's huge.
It's huge. Well, it's the whole. It was like the basement of the house. It was all moldy and horrible, and still is, except it's got all my stuff in it.
Nancy Vines says hi.
Oh, Nancy. Oh, my God.
Nancy, we're so
best.
glad you're here. That's
great.
so excellent. Ken, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Yeah, I'm all right.
Okay, well, that's it. We're done then.
Okay, see, no, I had a moment, actually, today. It was kind of like, ugh. And then I went and spoke to my wife, and she said, go out and do a painting. So I did. She's like, get out of the house. All you're doing is like going from like the kitchen to your studio. So I did. In fact, I'll share it with you because if I can figure out how to do that.
Just hold it in front of
I'll just hold it in front of the thing.
Yeah.
See if you can tell where it is. Can you see? Oh, shit. This is like...
Okay, there's no profanity because it's like a kid's show. Oh, it's the Baha'i Temple.
That's right. It's the Baha'i Temple.
Hi, Heather Hancock. That's a really beautiful painting.
Well, it looks good on Instagram.
Yeah, it looks good.
No, thank you. No, it was great. I actually got out of the house and drove, and I thought, there's the Wilmette Yacht Club or something. So I went down there. Really cool. And yeah. So other than that, I've been very busy. So I'm okay. Busy. Actually, strange.
And are you making yourself busy, or you have writing, cartooning opportunities that are keeping you busy?
Actually, is this okay? Should I stabilize this in some way?
Yeah, I put mine against the jar.
Okay. Yes, I had to finish a book. I had to finish my book, my next book. So I was busy, and it was already a little late, as it were. But this thing worked out to be kind of good because actually I saw you last, or spoke to you. I spoke to you on I think episode 1 of 2000.
Wait, Ken, you're maybe going to have to hold your phone because you're breaking in and out.
Okay. Can you hear? Is that better?
There you go. That's much better.
So the last time I was on the Lisa D show, I was just kind of going through at the same point where I was sort of finishing my last book, the Hannah Arendt thing. And now one good thing about this COVID thing, I had to finish my next book, and I was able to put her down and do it.
So both times that I've interviewed you, you've been at critical pivot points in your career, and I've launched. I mean, this is like. It's
true. Yeah, I was going to go easy on that, but I know that there is a turkey in this, or a ham. Was it a ham?
There's a big ham.
There's some product placement involved, but no. So I've been busy doing that, and then I teach. So they basically said, okay, everybody, you're going to do all your classes online, which I've done that before, but I've had to figure out all kinds of crazy things with Zoom and, like how I can draw on one iPad and, so, and it's been okay. We do some live stuff, but yeah, no, it's been really, I should be very thankful that I'm busy. both of my sons are unemployed, so they're collecting unemployment checks. I hope they put them in, so whatever.
And who's living with you right now? You got a
Yes.
wife, a cat, a kid?
I have a wife, 2 cats, and a daughter upstairs, Ruby, who is not going to college because no one is, and she's just taking classes online, and so she's here. So the three of us, yeah.
Nice. Okay, so let's talk for a second. Your wife says to you today, stop pacing between the kitchen and the bathroom, go paint something.
Yeah.
Do you normally just go out and do plein air painting? Is that a thing you do?
I love to do it. Yeah. My father did it. So he kind of taught me how to do watercolor. And when I was traveling recently, when we went to Germany for the book launch over there, I brought a sketchbook with me. And I was doing a lot of watercolors in the sketchbook. And to me, it's just like, it's getting away from words completely. It has nothing to do with words or music or people. It's just the page and you. I love it. Yeah.
Nice. And how are you, so that's one avenue, that's one respite right now for dealing with this situation. How are you remaining funny and contributing cartoons to editors? So Ken, for those of you who are jumping in, Ken is a very prolific cartoonist who is published in lots of periodicals, to include the New Yorker. And I know that we've heard the phrase there's laughter in hell. This is bandied about on the internet right now. How are you finding funny? Where are you finding funny?
It's hard. I was talking to somebody else and they said, so we went through the toilet paper jokes and the Zoom jokes and I've actually been so focused on getting the book done that I have the cartoons. Like I had one in the American Bystander recently, and I just was freaked out. I mean, it's something that really hits me, and because I never really like doing topical humor. I don't like dealing with anything that has to do with reality, basically.
Right. And is that easy for you? I mean, because right now so much of reality seems really unimportant, from shaving, as is evidenced by your face and my legs, which are not going on the camera, to the date. I find myself going to a calendar. Are you the type of person, because it feels like your humor is very locked into reality and mocking reality.
Yeah.
It's easy for you to escape?
No, but I've been reading. We watched True Grit, the John Wayne one. Nothing against the Coens, but it was the Coens. They either make a great one or a crummy one. I think the cycle, but the John Wayne one was amazing. So I remember reading, and I had a couple of books by Charles Portis around the house. Nice. And so I read Norwood, and I thought it was amazing. I just finished Gringos, and then of course, I did the Wikipedia, and I found out that Portis had just passed, very long ago. Mm-hmm. He only wrote 5 or 6 books. So this is, if you really want to lose yourself, put yourself in Texarkana, or Texas, Arkansas, Texas, whatever land, in 1966.
Yep.
Ex-Marine. I mean, couldn't be more removed from my life. I loved it. Yeah. So that helps. I don't know. The gag stuff. I had a hard time actually doing anything with Trump when he. Hard to figure out what to say. I couldn't. It's almost like you can't do a joke about him. I couldn't. I mean, you can't.
Yeah. There's nothing funny about that situation.
There isn't. So I may do some more. I wanted to do a cartoon. I've been working on it. I'll tell you, or I'll let the viewers in on a cartoon that I've been trying to do, and maybe it's already been done. And
okay.
I'll throw it out there if anybody's a cartoonist want it. And actually, it was an idea that I'd been thinking about, and then it came. We usually don't do this, but a friend of mine sort of said you should do this because we're all noticing weird stuff. How everybody on CNN is they're in front of their books when they're talking.
Yeah, they're smart.
We're in the house. So I wanted to do something with some very pundity type guy, and behind him you see the books are like, how to cheat at Sudoku, you know, you know, more polka steps, 1001 more sex positions,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it's funnier as a spoken joke. It's been very hard to draw. So,
talk to me about your perspective on where you think this is going to help us level up. I have a very hopeful perspective that this is going to be all about community, and Ken's my neighbor, and this is so fun that I'm connecting, my world with Ken. Are you like, man, this is going south?
I don't think I'm, now that you mention it like that, my utopian visions, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I do think a lot of things are, to use a word that I sort of hate from business, being disrupted. And people are going to realize a lot of things that they were doing, they don't maybe need to do. Higher education type, some things, travel, airlines type stuff. There are some hopeful things. Like, I think, if I'm not wrong, there were like 0 homicides in Miami. Like,
yep. Yeah.
Milan is thinking about shutting down vehicular traffic.
Mm-hmm.
So, dolphins are swimming in the canals of Venice.
Yeah.
So, my one take, and, not to kind of get like all Hannah Arendtian and stuff, but she, a lot of people criticized her because she said, like, she kind of was doing the John Lennon thing. Like, imagine, if there were no countries and all this stuff, and everybody, you're crazy, you're a philosopher. Well, you know what? We've stopped doing a lot of stuff. Gas, last I checked, they pay you $37 to get a barrel. You have to return the barrel. It's like, it's like the deposit of the Coke.
It's like Sketchbook with their little growlers.
Yeah, you got to return the barrel, but they'll pay you $37 and you can have a barrel of oil. I never took economics. I never read the Economist magazine, and I can't even balance my checkbook. I know that it's probably important for oil to like not be valueless, but I'm not really feeling too bad for a lot of those people. So, utopian visions, God, I don't know. People have a way of just going right back, and then I'll be able to do cartoons again. Right now, I don't.
Well, and you want gas prices to be high because you want Tiffany's to buy the ad in the front book of the New Yorker so that you can have a cartoon. I mean, it is one of those vicious cycles, but the disruption, to use that word, that I think that's going to benefit is there's going to be an access to information that we didn't have before. And there's going to be a value put on reading. Like suddenly,
oh yeah,
a lot more people might buy your books. Suddenly a lot more people might kvetch for the sake of kvetching.
Well, now that I'm on the Lisa D show, that's a foregone conclusion.
Come on.
In fact, I hear Amazon crashing right now. Yeah, there it is. In a way, maybe it will reintroduce people because, like, when you're doing a graphic novel, you don't need a craft table, you don't need a gaffer, you don't need like permits, you don't have to have lots of extras. You just put the story down and it's there,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that that'll get people more into that.
How are your students doing? We've had a fair amount of, yesterday we interviewed an amazing fashion student who's grounded, right? And she's back at home. She's hopeful, she's inspired. Are your students feeling like this e-learning platform is a value add to them? Are you having to answer text messages 24 hours? Like, how are the kids doing, Ken?
Yeah, they're doing surprisingly well. So I figured out I'm teaching a portfolio class, which is like ideas and drawings and sketches and stuff. And I've actually managed to do it live. So, I've got the Zoom, and then I put them into like little meeting rooms, and then they send the stuff on like Milo helped me, my son, truth be told, but they put it up on like SlideShare, and then I make a projection and I use my own. So they find that pretty valuable. Yeah, I think that's one of the things we're finding. This whole sort of talking to each other on the phone and having family meetings. I actually love my family, and I doubt any of them are on there, but if they are, I really love you a lot. But boy, it's nice seeing each other in the Brady Bunch thing. You know, it's good. You know, hi, okay, great. You know, so
and you're checking in with people a lot more than previous, probably.
Yeah, the students, I think there's some advantages, and I've taught online before. I think we're going to see a balance of it. I think we could use more of it.
What's the disruption in higher education that you see coming? I know that University of Miami is suing the teachers because they didn't sign up to take online courses. Like there's a student group. I mean, what do you see is going to be different?
You know, I think some people are going to say, like, why am I paying $65,000 a year for a, you know, like for a Facebook class or something?
Right.
So colleges and universities are going to have to figure out how they really add value to their offerings. And, you know, we've been talking in higher ed about it for a while, but I think we are going to have to get more on our game. And I think that's only good, you know. I think that's going to be good. But, you know, I heard something very cynical, and I don't know if it's true or not, but again, I don't have a lot of pity. I heard that the Ivy League schools are letting in 50% more freshmen.
Well, I heard that they're letting in 50% more freshmen because they're no longer international students aren't accepting admittance. So they're like, oh, that opens up the floodgates for all the locals.
Whatever. I mean, I think, yeah, I'm hopeful. I like a lot, you know, a lot of these chats, things like this. It's been a big boon for maybe for you, maybe you've seen it, like an increase. There have been wonderful free, you know, seminars and conferences. I've signed up for so many subscriptions. I'm sure I'm gonna, when they all come through, they're gonna like watch like a police thing come up and take me away. They're like, you didn't.
And I have found that like all of the classes, all of the e-learning, all of the connection, I feel more connected to like my small community than I ever have in the past.
I do think that the face-to-face and human contact is going to have value. And I've always said that. It's like we should, you know, we should be able to get off of this and appreciate when we're not on it. We've had opportunities to do that, and then use this. It has to fit in. So it's been good, yeah, in some ways.
Okay, so lightning round of questions, real quick. Big difference for you.
Am I boring you?
No, but we only have a couple minutes left. The big difference for you between New York and Chicago, as we see New York turn into something different in front of our very eyes, and yes, it will rebound because life is going to go back to normal. You moved here. What's the big difference for you between New York and Chicago?
Oh, gosh. Well, my friends, it would be the community. I mean, I think the one way that I kind of described it, like in Chicago, if you're into sort of like Korean slasher, ballet, flower arranging, there may be 2 people. In New York, there'll be like 1,200 people into that.
Right. Okay.
So it's that volume of weird people, but they're moving further and further out, and you know, they're being priced out. So my friends who are living in Manhattan still are just like, you know, I don't know how they're doing it, you know. So you know,
so higher volume.
Let's look out the window. Oh, no, I didn't mean that. New York people. No, I love you.
Yeah, no, but a higher volume of weird, esoteric, idiosyncratic.
Higher volume. Yeah.
Okay, and that's it. That's all. Yeah.
That's it. Okay. That's it. Is there anything else?
Tell us really quickly for people listening to Ken Krimstein, your next book.
Okay, right. Yes.
Why does it care?
So the next book is it's called When I Grow Up, and it's a little bittersweet because it's autobiographies of teenagers in Eastern Europe before World War II. Jewish teenagers. They were all written in Yiddish. They were just discovered, and it was before the war, and they were part of a contest. These people said they wanted to do an ethnography, and they said, write about your life. Totally, totally true. And these were teens. They're like, I hate my parents, so I love this guy. You know, and they were normal teenagers.
Wait a minute. No teenager said, wait, did you say I love the sky or this guy?
Some say they love the sky in the 60s. No, I love this guy.
Okay, good. I was just trying to fact check. Go on.
Yeah. But anyways, I've taken 7 of these stories, and they're mostly anonymous, and well, they're all anonymous. We know one of them survived, and I've put it into the discovery. They were discovered in a church a few years ago, and my discovery of them and going over there, and it's a neat story. I mean, there was something that I read, a writer about the Beatles, a great writer, and he was doing this preface, and he said, kids will make their own fun. And it's true.
Oh, that's nice.
Kids make their own fun, no matter where they are. So it's been a really great opportunity for me to explore what it is to be a teenager again, you know.
All right, Bob needs the title one more time.
The title is called When I Grow Up. It's coming out next May or June. Bloomsbury. Different color scheme, but similar length.
And a lot more money. And all of this information is available at kenkrimstein.com.
Yes, most of it is.
Most of it is.
My social security number is there.
I don't know if this interview is going to be up there. I can't promise the viewers that.
Well, Ken, this is great. Is it raining?
I'm so grateful for you. No, the rain's gone, and now there's going to be a freaking rainbow, and we're all going to eat cheeseburgers. It's going to be
fun. You guys
fun.
are awesome.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Have a great day, Ken. Good job jumping on the Instagram Live. Great chat. All right, everybody. Hi, Ryan Catanzarita. That's exciting. So Ken Krimstein, wonderful conversation, wonderful conversationalist. And thank you all for joining me today. I'm still behind the Dave Ford truck drawing. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central on the Lisa D Show live stream with Denise Barretto because it's Wednesday. Bye.